Albert Einstein said, the most important question you can ask yourself is the world a friendly place? This week, I witnessed an extraordinary event. It was a crisis for an organization, Delta Airline. I just want to share my experience of how Delta showed its true colors, and how I experienced that event is how I view Delta Airlines. So stick with me and I'll get back into it. I decided to make this video in the spirit of showcasing how a company handled a crisis and handled it extremely well. And I'm sharing my experience as a PR person. I was in PR for 8 years as a hospital spokesperson, and then I represented Microsoft's healthcare vertical in my own healthcare technology company, and I worked with the news media. I looked at this situation knowing full well that Delta was in a crisis and how they, as an organization, train for something to go down like this. The response that I saw as a customer was extraordinary. On Monday morning early, I got a call from my sister, and she said, I heard that Delta's got a power outage and their flights are delayed. So I was able to cancel my shuttle, wait it out, and figure out when I could go back to the airport. And so Delta had a recording on their phone that they would call back within 2 hours because, really there's so many people and so many incoming phone calls. So I thought, fine, that's cool. And after about an hour, I did see that my flight had in fact been updated on my Delta SkyMiles account and that the flight was going to go out in the afternoon. So I was able to make it to the airport on time. But I want to share my experience. Every single person that I dealt with, from the baggage guy out at the curb, extraordinary customer service. I always experience this with Delta, and that's my worldview and the moral of this story. But I'll tell you more in a minute. Every single person was focused on customer service. We're sorry this has happened, going above and beyond. So I went from check-in at the curb. When I got to the gate, everybody was handling things well. Then as we're boarding, I noticed that a guy who probably worked in Delta's office somewhere was helping out. So they'd really put all hands on deck for this. Then when I got to the plane, there was a woman just at the door of the plane handing these out, and basically they wanted to know, it was an airport survey. They basically were on it. They wanted to make sure they heard from their customers. And then when I get on the plane, the pilot's apologizing, saying we're doing the best we can. I noticed the stewardess was not charging people for drinks and said we're not charging today for drinks. It just went on and on and on. Even when we were landing, the pilot was above and beyond saying, so sorry, we hope this has been okay. And then I find out Delta's giving vouchers out for those people who were delayed more than 3 hours, and and I was one of them. $200 round-trip voucher. I thought, from a PR perspective, they handled it extraordinarily well. I wanted to share that because I think we're in this time where we're very discerning. I fly Delta as much as I possibly can because my worldview, my view of Delta is that back in 2005, when my younger brother was killed, I happened to be in Barcelona, Spain. It was evident that a tragedy had happened, and I had to get back. And Delta did a heroic job allowing us to, not only not charging us to get us back, we made earlier reservations return. A lot of things that they did that's too long for me to go into. And on that same flight, going over to Spain, my husband's an ER doc, John, and good old John always hands his card once we get on the flight to stewardesses and says, I'm here for you. And they are always overjoyed. Well, sure enough, he got called. He had to take care of a woman whose blood pressure was dropping. He had to advise the pilot whether to turn around, and we did in fact turn around and go to land in Nova Scotia. And then, so this was two things. I had a tragedy in my family during this trip. They got us back. These were two unrelated experiences. the woman whose life John had helped save, he got a thank you card when we got home from her, and Delta sent a giant fruit basket thanking him for doing what he did. That gave me a worldview of Delta. So I looked at this lens, which goes to Einstein's quote, through the fact that I know that they go above and beyond. And even when I posted Facebook, and even I was out tweeting about Delta's doing a great job, it's not the employee's fault, people came into my Facebook post and says Delta did an extraordinary job, does an amazing job with medical emergencies. I was saying I fly Delta #1 because of this, and I am a discerning customer, and I just wanted to share this story because it's how we view the world. That's our experience. I want to say that because I had this worldview that Delta goes above and beyond for their customers and has made me a lifetime customer. I mean, I absolutely would go above and beyond for that airline because I get extraordinary customer service. So what I want to leave you with is that our last true freedom on earth is that we get to choose how we think about situations, people, and circumstances. I looked at this experience from a lens of, I know Delta Airlines goes above and beyond. And so I absolutely just looked for evidence and looked for proof, and it was everywhere. Whatever you believe, your mind is going to seek evidence to back it up. You become what you believe, and every day your beliefs shape your experience. Beliefs are the foundation of your life's meaning. Whatever you believe, you're going to act that out in your life. It could be that you don't believe you're going to make enough money. You don't believe your business is going to be successful. Whatever it is you believe, you're going to live out. So if you believe in yourself, if you believe in, for example, I believe in Delta's extraordinary experience. That was my experience that day. If you believe in your own self-worth, you're going to experience situations that might feel difficult for you, building a business, whatever it might be. And if you have that faith and belief in yourself, you'll make it happen. So when you believe in others, you'll find the good. If you have a positive belief about something or someone, you're going to find the positive, just like I did. And I know for a fact that it's a kind universe. I mean, I have proof, and that's a whole nother story. If you believe the world is unfriendly, then you'll continue to put your beliefs and your actions in that it's unfriendly. And what you become is a victim of circumstance. If you're constantly expecting the other shoe to drop, or something bad is going to happen, or you can't do this, that's what you're going to live out. On the other hand, if you decide that the universe is friendly, as I do, then you'll do things from a perspective of it's friendly, and you'll look for the good, even in a difficult situation. Sometimes it's hard to find it when it happens in a tough situation, but it's always there. It is. I know it is. So the point is, how you choose to view the world ultimately defines how you live your life. I want you to pay attention to what you believe about yourself and about the universe, because that's what you're going to get back. And I hope that you will start looking for the kindness. The world's kind of a violent, angry place right now. I think it's important for us to look at what's going well. When are people doing a heroic job? And Delta Airlines, I just want to say bravo. I'm one of your biggest fans. So let me know what you think. Do you believe that it's a kind universe? Start asking yourself that question, and let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you.